G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. So we're back again with another Nebula Winter of Woe takedown. This is another objective. It's the hashtag offensive burst, hashtag medium. I'm using Scorpion. He's a 6-star rank 4 champion and Sig 1 with a 6-star Hulk relic, but relic doesn't really matter, but you should definitely have a relic for the strategy that I'm going to be talking about. Really quickly, I just want to say if you do end up finding the video helpful, please drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future guides, and feel free to comment if there's any other fights you want me to make content for. Now with that out of the way, we can jump into the fight and the strategy that I'm using. So the beginning's probably pretty familiar if you've seen Scorpion used for this fight. All I'm doing is doing parries and then medium, light, medium combos, or light, medium, medium combos, or sometimes just medium, medium. If you're finding it difficult to get that extra light attack in, medium, medium combos are completely fine. But yeah, all you want to be doing is parrying during the shock phase and then building up your power. So now we're in the unblockable phase, and that's just being passive and hitting into her block. Just be careful, because if she auto blocks you and she gets that red block, she can do anything out of that. So she can dash back or throw a special. So if you're going to hit in and like intercept and then get auto blocked, just hit her once and then back off. So now we're back in the shock phase, just parrying and getting our hits in. This is where we're building up to a special 3. Now I haven't seen many people do special 3 rotation, but that's what I found by far the best and the quickest for Scorpion. This is 6-star rank 4 and I get the fight done in under 6 minutes. So the reason that I'm going for special 3 is because one of the drawbacks of Scorpion for this fight is he doesn't have access to buffs. Except, Scorpion does have access to buffs. When he uses a special 3, charging his heavy attack will instead build dormant fury charges, and upon using the heavy attack, will generate as many furies as you charged up. Once you've got your special 3, you want to bait out Nebula's special during the shock phase and dash back about 4 times. And you want to hold heavy and then at any point before she hits you, launch that special 3. I waited till she dashed at me, but you don't have to do that. You could just do it once she starts moving. It's very safe because you can't miss time pressing the special 3, even if you do it straight away. The charges you gain from this don't grant you massive damage, so you don't need to be committing to waiting until she swipes at you. After your special 3, you want to dash in and immediately start holding heavy and then release it before the stun on Nebula expires. This will give you 6 or 7 furies, but you only need 6 to shut down the auto block. This next part's a bit tricky, but it's pretty similar to step 2, where you just want to dash back and bait her special 1 and then hold your heavy. And this is another game of chicken where you want to try and build as many furies as possible, but before she hits you, you want to use your relic. This one I time perfectly, where as she dashes in, I use the relic to intercept her, but it doesn't matter if I did it early, as long as I don't do it late. You can launch the relic directly into her block and it won't matter because she can't punish you. The important thing is that activating the relic stores any of the dormant fury charges that you have. As long as you don't whiff a heavy attack, you won't lose your furies. So after that, what I did was parry during the shock phase and released a heavy attack to then convert those dormant fury charges into furies. Okay, so now you've got a bunch of furies and you can just start smashing away. You should probably be in the shock phase, but if you're in the unblockable phase, just go for intercepts and baiting special 1s. This is where you want to keep the tempo up and do as much damage before the furies expire. In an ideal world, by the time your furies expire or you get below 6, you already have your striker up and your special 3. This didn't happen for me, but it was very close. Okay, so now we're back at step 1, where we're building up to our special 3 with a full relic. That was a complete rotation. Now that was a lot to take in all at once, so I'm going to go through it again with this current rotation. So, I got my special 3, now I'm waiting for her to special during the shock phase. I'm going to hold my heavy attack, and at any point, not just when she dashes in, but I'm going to try and get it when she dashes in, I'm going to launch my special 3. Again, step 2 is kind of optional, but I just liked to do it because it's completely safe. I'm going to slow down this part, okay? So I'm going to dash in after the special 3, and then I'm going to hold my heavy attack because she's stunned. I'm going to build up my 6 furies and then release while she's stunned. I'm then going to dash back and bait her special 1, at which point I'm going to go to the back of the screen and then hold my heavy attack. I've got my thumb ready to press the relic, and right when she dashes in, or at any point before then, I'm going to hit it and store my dormant fury charges. So at this point, I know that I have them stored and I have to get off a heavy. I choose to heavy counter the special 1, but it is perfectly viable to just parry and heavy like I did in the first instance. So now we're at the end of the rotation where we just go mashing at Nebula. This is where you can use your parries in the shock phase, or your intercepts, or just your special one punishes. However you want to do it to get your damage in. It's not necessary to like go crazy, but this is your best time for damage until you run out of furies like I just did. So this is the third loop of the rotation, but the important thing that I want to say here is that if you didn't get up to your special 3 or as close as I did, that's fine. All it means is that you have to do step 1 for a little bit longer, but that's completely okay. It's the same as if you didn't build as many furies as I did while holding the heavy. That's also fine. If you launch the relic early, it's cool. All you got to do is do another loop. It's completely okay. And this is why I really like this loop, because it just feels like it's continually going so fast. Like you're building up your furies, you're hitting, you're not doing this waiting game for the most part. It just feels a lot more satisfying to pull off. So here we are back at step 6, where we have to hold that heavy attack to build those dormant fury charges, and then boom, release the relic. Only got 6 furies that time, but that's fine. It just means I'll be a little bit less damaging than I was last time. So here we are, just the mash away phase. I got my 6+ furies, so no auto blocks. It's just a good time of just hitting her, dealing heaps of damage, and upping the tempo of the fight while building back to special 3, getting ready for the next rotation. Hopefully this has made sense. It's something that I found much easier and more satisfying than doing that other rotation with just medium light mediums and special 1s or 2s. Okay, so in the fight there's just one more rotation left, but I'm going to go through some little tricks that I've found while doing it. So firstly, when you use your relic, if you are rooted at the time that you activate the relic and when it finishes, you will end up where you started. The game will rip you back to where you started, or to the left side of the screen. So it's important to note that if you are still rooted or she dashes in immediately, you're going to want to be careful and not try and combo in after or like immediately launch a heavy attack. What you're instead going to want to do is just back up and wait for either a special 1 punish with a heavy or a parry heavy. So this is exactly what I was talking about. So I'm currently rooted and she's dashing in, but I'm still rooted, so I get ripped back to the beginning. Now there was enough time in the relic stun for me to dash in and be okay, and then I'm just going to heavy counter her special 1. But if there wasn't enough time, I would have to be very careful. The last thing I would say would be to try not to weave in too many heavy counters of a special 1, okay? I would mostly just be focusing on 5-hit combos when you've got your furies up. With that said, fight's over, so thanks for watching everyone. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Drop comments if you want to see other fights or other champs with this fight. I don't really mind. But yeah, I really appreciate you all watching. Cheers.